So today I want to talk about Web3 gaming. I'll cover kind of the technology, why you should care about it, um, the history, also the pitfalls, right? Things you should watch out for. I'll try to do it in a way that's easy for you to understand. Try to give you lots of examples and show lots of nice pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see you inside. Get my big cup of coffee. And we'll have it going. Okay, so in the office, got my coffee. Let's talk about this Web3 gaming. Oh, just a note, I've changed the title of the channel. It was Crypto Coffee Chats. That's still the ID. I may change that, I don't know. But I kind of like this. What the fuck is this crypto thing? WTF? It's more catchy. I just realized I should capitalize these. But it kind of explains what the fuck I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about all these different types of things. Anyways, today I'm talking about Web3 gaming. And why? Because it's still big, right? This is something that started 2000, very, very early 2018, kind of took off around 2021, 2022, but it's still growing. This is an area of blockchain and crypto that has a lot of potential. You know, video games is a completely digital thing, right? It's done on computers, and this means that the blockchain integration, there's a lot of potential there. So anyways, I'm not going to go through this whole article. Essentially what this is doing is just talking about all the new stuff. So one thing to note here is Epic Store, right? Epic Games is, I think, the largest or the second largest video game producer in the world. And they now have some blockchain crypto stuff in their store, which is huge, right? It's going mainstream. Um, Anyways, this goes through all the different things that are new in this area. I'm not going to go through this. What I wanted to do is explain to you guys what the fuck Web3 gaming is. So a real basic breakdown is essentially it is Web 2 or just standard video games with crypto blockchain components, right? So most important thing here, let's see, probably this transferable in-game assets. This means like if I have a sword in the game, I can easily send it to another account. I can easily send it to you. I can sell it online, do whatever I want with it. I own it. Okay. Right now, when you have like a sword in a game, you do own it, but really the game developer owns it, right? They can change that sword, they can move that sword, do whatever they want with that sword. They probably won't, but at the end of the day, they can. And this is, if we have technology that solves that, why not use it? So that's transferable in-game assets. Again, I may talk about that more, but really Web3 gaming connects to all of these things, right? So digital wallets, right? If I'm going to pay for something in game, I don't have to use my credit card anymore. It can be connected to my digital wallet. It can happen automatically, which gets to the smart contracts. There's a lot of technical stuff here I could talk about, but like I said, the main thing here, I guess this one too, right? Community-driven development. These go together, right? So right now, someone like Epic Games or Steam, they're the major, well, they're the publisher, right? And they have developers selling to them. Let's just pretend that they're the developer. So they're making these games. If you can monetize the game, that means the people making the game can make money. If you open source this game, that means anyone in the world can help to build this game and they can make money. And so this is what it means by community driven development. If the game items have actual value, well, the people making the game, they can capture some of that value by putting in their effort. They get one of those new weapons that they created and then they can sell it. So this is great because it opens up the game development process to an open source community globally. It's not just stuck into one little company. Anyways, there's lots of different components of Web3 gaming. Just trust me that the technology between video games and blockchain, they go together very well. But there's also a lot of problems. There's a lot of detail here. I'll just go through very quickly. Web 2 just means standard internet. Okay, so if you're a Web 2 game, you want to keep your players in. Maybe like, for example, I play Fortnite sometimes. There's like the Fortnite gold or whatever it is. Okay, and so that's an in-game currency. These are all kind of like the building blocks to what Web3 becomes, right? So going back to this one, if you're playing Fortnite, there's like an in-game currency of Fortnite. Well, if I stop playing Fortnite, then that money's stuck in there. There's nothing I can do with it, right? But if it were a Web3 game, maybe I could sell that Fortnite gold and get tokenized gold, or I can get Ethereum or Bitcoin or something with it, right? This is what it means by play to earn. Maybe I'm so good at the game that I'm able to get these weapons and sell them in the game, or I'm so good at the game that I'm able to like win a tournament and get some money. Well, because we're connecting the video game technology with the financial technology, there's potential to play video games and actually make money from it. So, anyways, there's a lot of advantages here. One last thing I wanted to note. Let me just clean this up a little bit. One last thing I wanted to note is that a lot of these games are in the developing countries, and this makes sense because, like I said, it's a play to earn thing. Let me actually bring that back. Oops. So because play to earn, right, you really can't make a lot of money doing this. I think Axie Infinity, which is one of the most popular Web3 games, at the very highest point, people were making something like $400 per month, which is okay, but it's not enough to pay the bills in California. But if you're in the Philippines, then it's a great way to make money because $400 a month, that's like working McDonald's or something. But instead of working McDonald's, you can be online and having fun with your friends. You can see that the Philippines is consistently number one. And then China has been number one historically, and it's kind of gone down. I'm in Vietnam, which Vietnam is up there, right? So number four, now number five. Singapore has switched it. Um, this is only up to 2023. Right now it's 2024, so this is not the most current, but in general, you can see that these are all developing countries in the top rankings. This may change as crypto goes into the mainstream. If Epic Store has Web3 games, then it may be that the developed countries move up because they have more money to spend. But actually, again, there's this. I wanted to show you a chart, but let me just paint the picture. Um, right now, when we play games, the person that makes all the money is the developer. Okay. But in Web3, like I said, you can play to earn. And this brings up this interesting idea that in Web3 games, what if you're a whale, right? What if you have tons of money? And I'm a whale and I want to buy the best sword. I want to buy the best armor. I want to buy the best shield. Well, think about it. In Web 2, if I have this money and I just want to buy these amazing items, I can go to the developer and buy them. But in Web 3, it's a little bit different because now I'm going to the other players and I can buy these swords and the shields from the other players. And that means the other players get money. And this is a much better system for us, right? It kind of takes a lot of the power away from the developers, but it gives it back to the players, which is really it's a step in the right direction. Why am I talking about this again? I forgot. Um, Anyways, it's just a very important aspect that I think is very important about Web3 gaming is that it takes the power from the developers and gives it to the players. Like I said, if I'm a whale and I want to buy something, I give the money to the general players and I get all those items. The general players get money, I get the items, everyone's happy. You may say, okay, well, what is the incentive for the developer? Well, they can make money through, like, for example, if there's an in-game trading mechanism, maybe they can take a small percentage of all the trades that are going. Okay, so the player is still winning, the whale's getting what they want, and the developer is getting what they want. So this works very, very well. I think this is the future because it gives power to the players. Okay, so that's all the good things I talked about, but I kind of want to talk about the problems because there's a lot of problems in Web3 gaming right now. There's a lot of problems in crypto in general, right? Maybe you know that a lot of meme coins, they go up, they go down, people lose money. The same thing applies for Web3 gaming. So I wanted to just start by giving two historical examples. CryptoKitty is kind of the first Web3 game. It's not really a game, but it's the first crypto Web3 game of type thing. Okay? It's using NFTs, which are like digital art that are verifiably owned by you. And so what makes CryptoKitty a game is that you're breeding, right? I have this black cat and I have this white cat, and I put these two NFTs together, and I have a black and white cat. Okay, so that's essentially the basics of this game. That's what it says here, right? So mother's ID, father's ID, and then this is a child. Okay, so again, this is on chain. This like in your NFT, it has this information. In your NFT, it has this information, and then in the new NFT, it has the new information. Okay, and so you may combine two things and come up with an amazing, uh, really rare cat, and then you can sell that cat for money. But yeah, as it says, what went wrong? Oh, here's an example of what I was saying. You can buy and sell these cats, and so you make some money. You can breed them, and then it's a combination of these two. Kind of cool. But here's the real problem, right? it peaked. It went really, really high above the Ethereum price, or transaction volume at least. So people using it a lot more than Ethereum, and then crashed, which means essentially people don't use it anymore, and so the value of these cats has gone. And this article is talking about this guy called where's his name, Rabano, or he paid a lot of money for this kind of like nearly $1 million for this kind of cat called a dragon. But now it's I think it's not worth $30, but it's not worth the $1 million he paid. So he lost a lot of money. And this is kind of a common theme in crypto, in Web3 gaming, that the value spikes and then crashes and people lose money. Another example of this would be this game here, Axie Infinity. This is probably the most popular crypto Web3 game that has come so far. Similar example to CryptoKitties. Where is this image? Where you have these little kind of creatures, you can like match them and they have eggs and have new ones and blah 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 blah. And then with these, instead of just trading, you can actually use these to fight other people. Okay, so again, this is a Web3 game because it has an in-game currency. So as I'm playing, maybe I win points. I can sell those points for real money. It has NFTs, which are the NFTs are represented by these characters. So there's a lot of progress that's been made in this game. But I wanted to. It's important for me to note these things, that Web3 gaming is not there yet, and this is kind of the reason why. Right now, this is called a pyramid, right? Pyramid scheme, and really Web3 games kind of all fit into this category because the people at the top are making all the money and the people at the bottom are not. And let me explain why this happens, because taking Axie Infinity, for example, these Axies, they started out not very cheap. They started out something like a couple $100s. And then in the peak, they were worth a couple $1,000. A huge increase of value. But what ends up happening is people that have these and they bought them for cheap, they can, as the game expands, their creatures are expanding, right? They start with 2, they put them together, and then now they have 3, and then put those together, now they have, 5. It exponentially grows. Like, these guys make more and more and more money over time, especially as there's more users. But then the people coming in, they're having to catch up, right? And so it never works. And what ends up happening is people on the top, they're making more and more money, and the people on the bottom are making less and less money because it's all kind of getting stuck at the top. I mean, it's the same with any like pyramid scheme, right? But a lot of Web3 games kind of fall into this category. You need more and more people under, like, for example, for these people to make money, they need to have people under them, right? But there's only so many users you can get into a game. And if these users are not here, then these guys don't make money, so then they leave. And then these guys don't make money, so then they leave, and then everything falls apart. And so this is kind of the big problem with crypto gaming right now. I will end this I will end this video by noting this problem is because people are coming to make money. They're not coming to have fun. When Web3 gaming, we need to have a balance, right? Of course you can make money, but also it should be fun. It should not be that you're playing to earn. If you're playing only to make money, there's better ways to make money than playing Web3 games. But there's also a lot of benefits to Web3 games, right? Like I said, these are all benefits. But it needs to have this kind of balance. Here you go. Optional earning for users, right? So the best situation is not this kind of really strong financial game like Axie Infinity, but it's also not the traditional way because there's not a lot of power for the players. So it's somewhere between that, where people are playing because they want to play, but also if they want to sell their stuff, they can. And there's this kind of sweet spot in between, which we will eventually hit. But right now it's kind of swinging back and forth, right? So yeah. Okay, so that was my very, very quick cover of what Web3 gaming is. I hope you liked it. If you have any suggestions for future videos, I can explain anything you want. Just leave a comment. I think right now I'm still talking to myself. Let's take a look. Oh, 9 views. Cool. That's, for some reason, the most popular video I've made. But still pretty sad. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the future. I'm still going to continue making these videos. The fuck is this crypto thing? Out.